Welcome to Tangents. I'm Susan Farley, Project Manager with McLaughlin Research Corporation, and I support the Public Affairs Office here at the Naval Undersea Warfare Center, Division Newport. Years ago, I interviewed engineer Kim Gittings when a colleague alerted me to her story about leaving Vietnam to relocate to the United States. I remember sitting in Kim's office, and at one point, I stopped taking notes completely, and I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat as she recalled this harrowing journey from Saigon to Thailand and really how she ended up here at NUWC. In honor of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we wanted to share this story with you to give you an idea of the lengths that people go through to start a new life in the U.S. Kim was gracious enough to share her time and tell me her story all over again. One of the things that I missed the first time around was how important Kim's faith was. It's what led her out of Vietnam, and it was her faith that sustained her during her entire journey. So thank you, Kim, for your time and sharing your story. Everybody have a listen. So Kim, on this episode of Tangents, this is part of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and we're celebrating and honoring that by talking to people who come to America from different countries. So I wanted to hear about your story. Now, we talked years ago for an article that appeared in Newscope, and I remember, I was literally on the edge of my seat. I was in your office over, I forget the name of that building, and I had actually stopped taking notes for a minute because I just couldn't get over your story. So I'm going to make you tell it to me one more time for audio. So first of all, before we get started, what do you do here at NUWC?
So I'm working here as a electrical engineer, and I've been here since I have to remember, for 33 years.
Wow.
So
what code are you in?
I'm in code 1535.
Okay.
Yes.
So where in Vietnam are you from?
Original, my family from the north, and back in the 1954, my family migrated to the south because the north becomes under the communists. And then we moved into the south, and then we settled in Nha Trang. It's a beautiful area, beaches, white sand, and that's where I was born, in Nha Trang. Basically, white house, the town, they call it. But the people cannot say Nha Trang, that means, they call it Nha Trang. And that's what, I came from. And later on, the war happened, and then we moved, to the south to go to Saigon, which is a Ho Chi Minh City now, yeah.
What prompted you to leave Vietnam?
After, in 1975, the fall of Saigon, and I stayed behind for three years, and I tried to escape a few times to get out of the country. Most of the reason is freedom of worship, and I strongly believe, the faith that should be, freedom of worship, and also for education. A lot of people not even have a chance to go to school or college, or if you stay behind, and if you have a kind of, educated people, they can, try to, put you in concentration camp or brainwash you back, don't want to be, good people or educated people, to stay behind and, do against, the new government.
Do you have a big family?
My family, my mom have 5 children. I have 2 brothers and then 2, sister. One is older than me and one is younger than me. Yes.
How old were you when you decided you needed to leave?
Where I would decided to go to America or get out of Vietnam is back in 1979. But I tried to be 1978, but a few attempts I just couldn't make it. So in 1979, I finally, make it and get out of the country.
So what was your plan to get out of the country? First of all, how old were you at that time?
So I born in 1960, so 1978, 79.
Kim, first of all,
I'm 19
for the
years
listeners,
old.
you look like you're 19 years old now, so whatever.
Thank you.
So you're a young girl, and you decided you need to leave. And so what was your plan of action?
Plan of action back then is, I kind of young, so I just hear the people that, escape by boat. So I try by that way first, but with 2 times trying it, and I couldn't make it, and then finally I go to by sneaking through Cambodia and walk through.
That's what I remember about your story.
Walking through Cambodia and go to Thailand. That's how it happened.
What was it like leaving your mom?
My mom, she's a very strong and very, courage woman. She just makes sure that all the children, leave the country first, and then she can stay behind. And if anything happens, she can, help us to be basically bail out or fight any way that to, help us, and also she can stay behind. And then finally she can, the government won't make her, they're asking her like, where are your children? She said, I don't know. They can go wherever they go. I don't know about it. Just go and asking them. So my mom, now the question you asked, how I feel, my mom, she's very strong and supporting it. She wants us to get out of the country because she the one that left North Vietnam, which is a communist, to go to the South. So she know how that, feel, and she encouraged us to, leaving the country.
So what I remember about our first interview all those years ago was, and correct me if I'm wrong, your mom sold jewelry into your clothes so you would have something of value with you?
Yeah, that's correct. The gold back in Vietnam or most of the country we using it, it's just not like a 18 karat gold like here. We use 24 karat gold, and then we don't make it out like a jewelry. It's just like a seed of gold and very flexible. So you can cut them, and cut in small pieces. So my mom, she know that how for us to survive, because the Vietnamese money, that dong, no value when you get out of the country. And so she just sewed the gold, along the seam of the clothes, and then she said that just wearing that shirt with you. And then wherever you go, that you have money to survive, and that's what my mom did. And
she's smart.
Yes, we're not rich, but the gold will be borrowed, from my relative. That's what we,
So did you have to use that? Did you have to rip open the seam at some point?
Stupid.
What? What happened?
Yes, what happened? I did using it when I would escape, to go to Cambodia, and then whenever they asking for whatever money, I don't having it, so just cut it out a little bit in piece and then give it to them. But at the final stop between the border of Thailand and Cambodia, when I get stopped and been checking out, and they put me kind of in jail for a few days, and I was so scared, and they take all the clothes off, basically have no clothes, and then they strip, they don't see anything on me, but they couldn't find anything. And then finally they said, we couldn't find it. And then they take even though, like a little symbol, that we wear on our neck, the cross, but it's not been gold, everything, they took it. And then they said, they don't find anything, but how we survive, And then finally they said that if we find anything that you're having it with you, that you're hiding it, we will kill you. I was so scared. I'm not telling them, okay, I have all this gold in this. And then they just took it out and they leave me alone. But I trusting it, whatever it happened. I never regretting it. They may can be kill me, you never know what these people, that they do.
That's crazy.
Yes. So I give it, and my sister said, "You stupid, you shouldn't, do like that way. You can have some money to survive." I said, "Don't worry, could be taken care of by God." So I'm not worried about.
Well, if you believe that definitely helped you along the way.
Yes.
So tell me about going through Cambodia. If I remember correctly, Cambodia. I'm so bad at this, the history of anything that's not, U.S. But at that time, that was not a great place to be walking through at night.
That's correct, because it's in 1975 and then
that's like the Cambodian killing
Cambodia,
fields.
Yes, that was the Khmer Rouge that take place, and they were fighting, fighting, and then was under Pol Pot. That he's a very mean, man, and yes, I had to walk through the killing field. I did not carry anything with me at all besides just the shirt that I wear, and then I had to be blend in like a Cambodian people, so I wear sarong and kind of like a sandal, walk day and night, and walk, and sometimes stow away on the truck, the truck fill up with products, rice, and it's stuck up there, and then your head just bouncing back and forth, inside, in the big truck, stow in there. And I had no idea where I'm at, so that we go through, and also sometimes we had to take a little canoe at nighttime, quietly, moving along the Mekong River. And sometimes we had to go by bicycle, or sometimes a motorcycle. We don't ride those things. We have the guy that we pay the money, and he help us to get out of the country, And
who were you with?
Oh, I work with a Vietnamese guy, And then he hired someone that he can speak both languages, Cambodian and Vietnamese. So we had to pay them the money. She lead us to get to Khai, through Cambodian, but finally we get caught. And the Vietnamese guy finally he get caught too, and then they just killed him.
No way.
No way. Yes, they killed him. He get caught because you are smuggling people, out of the country.
And that's how you ended up in jail.
Oh, that before he died after that. Because he tried to do a few more trips, and then that's how he get killed.
Okay, so this is crazy. So what happened to you after the jail? How did you get out of the Cambodian jail?
Oh, I will stay there long. I stayed there for a long time. And,
how long?
Wasn't Cambodian. It's between the border of Thailand and Cambodia. And I remember the Thai captain that he was there, and he was, and the gunfight still happen at night time. You can see the flares and you're just scared. You just run down, duck and hide, and I said, my goodness, I'm trying to avoid the war in Vietnam and now end up with, fighting here at the border. I stayed in that place. I had living at least, for 30 days, for that camp, or not camp, it's like a jail, loose jail, and just there. But I've been in jail twice. That's why I always tell my kids, hey, I'm in jail twice.
You're tough.
These are nothing,
Okay, so
the first one was in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was in Vietnam. They kept us there for a few nights, and down in the basement, no window, lock us up and down there. They give us food, that about it, but a lot of bugs, down there. I remember it itchy and, they bit us, That I remember that very well, and we bailed out by just giving the people over there some kind of money or gold, and then they let us out, and then we continue our journey to go to Cambodia and cross the border and to go to Thailand.
Okay, so now you're at the border in this jail for 30 days. So what happens?
No, we're not at the border yet. After we stay at the kind of like a temporary, the place that I call it jail because, they just kept us there, and no, just the three of us.
Well, you had no freedom, so
three
it's jail.
of us, jail. And then finally, been kind of abused a little bit, and I'll say no one. And then they let us go. And then we left, and then they just released us to go, and then we had to be a long journey, that walking through the night and night time, and they go through the killing fields and everything else, and then we get to the border of Thailand, and we stay in the camp called Khao Dang, and that camp still exists now. If you look at on the Wikipedia, you can see that camp there. Yeah.
You're kidding?
Yes.
Is it an active camp?
I think it's people still coming in and out. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So what happened next?
I stayed in there for 18 months. Yes, and then while I stay in the camps, I be able, to teach, Vietnamese literatures and math, and they do get paid with a little bit money, and I can use the money to buy food. The Red Cross, do providing us rice and sardine in the can, and they gave us 5 gallons of water every day to using it. Whatever you do with it, that's it. To drink, to wash, and everything you need it. Weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the Red Cross won't come over, so you have no water. So basically, you have it, 25 gallons to use for 7 days,
Wow.
And that would tough, but we survive, and if it rain, we try to catch the water from the rain, for washing, and stay in there, you learn, American culture to get ready to come, to U.S. and get vaccine, get proper everything else that, required by, U.S. government to be able to enter in, legally, and in a health-wise, you also, don't bring in disease or sickness, to bring it in, yes. And that will stay there long, and also learning English and, and the culture in this country.
What did you learn about the American culture?
We learned about Thanksgiving, Independence Day, all those good things, and then about, how the people, food, and then a lot of things that we learned back, I was in the camps, learn about it, and the school system a little bit, and holidays, and family, value life, yes.
So how did you get to America?
I get to America by two of my brothers. They was they was left Vietnam on American big, ship that, helped them now get out to the Vietnam under the, they called it, what is it, Operation Frequent Wind back then in 1975. And two of my brother came in this country first, and then they sponsored us to came in this country. And we had to pay for the airfare, and also it was expensive.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive back in 1980. Can you imagine? Very expensive.
Where did you fly to?
Oh, I don't remember what air carrier that take us come over here.
But what city did you fly to?
I landed to San Francisco first, and I landed during the month of February, and then that's what we call the President Day month celebration. So they asked us to come to America. It was freezing cold in San Francisco.
It's freezing cold in San Francisco in the summer. John's from San Francisco. He could tell you.
Same weather all year round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But before they landed in San Francisco, they would refuel, the oil for the airplane in Alaska. So they know it would be cold, so they gave us
That is some trip, Kim.
Yeah. So I look at outside, oh my goodness, this snow. Oh my goodness. And then they know that we will be cannot adapting with the weather real quick, so they give me the Eskimo coat kind of, and it keep me really warm, When I get to San Francisco, I couldn't walk. My knees are kicking together, it's so cold, come from Thailand to directly here, So, yeah, that's where I landed first,
So how did you end up in Rhode Island?
Oh, when I went to, when I arrived to U.S., I went to college right away. Thank God I be able to get to college.
Where'd you go?
At first, the sister Mercy sponsored me, so I get to into John Court College in Lakewood, New Jersey, and I go to there. It's a 4-year university, but I go there for 2 years, and then I transfer to Rutgers, and I go there for.
Kim, I went to Rutgers.
Oh,
that's crazy.
So funny.
I didn't know you went to Rutgers.
Yeah,
Go Scarlet
in
Knights.
Brunswick,
Yeah.
And at the College of Engineering, so that's where I go for 3 more years.
I didn't go to the College of Engineering, but I dated people at the College of Engineering. Yeah, that's a great spot. I love Central New Jersey.
Yeah, so I came here in 1981 and I graduated in 1986.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at Rutgers. So
and then Rutgers,
what happened?
And then after that, I get out. I don't have it. I did not have the U.S. citizenship yet, so I worked for a small company first, and then I applying for citizenship, and I become U.S. citizen, and apply for job at NUWC. That back then in nurse, called nurse in New London.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's where I start first, and I worked since then, since 1987.
Did you get bracked up here?
Yes, I did get practice. That's why I moved.
Okay,
up here.
so all right, so did you move to Connecticut after New Jersey?
No, because we bought a house right after graduate from college, and then we just drive back and forth from Connecticut to New Jersey.
That is a long commute, Kim.
Yes, right, long commute.
So have you met your husband at this point?
No, I met my husband. We are a college sweetheart.
Okay, so you met him at Rutgers.
At Rutgers in the physics lab. So that's why I met.
That's
because
adorable,
not many
and I love it.
women's, in a college of engineering back then. It's like, oh my God, why am I here? Look at our old guy.
I mean, I was there in the 90s, and there were not very many women in the College of Engineering.
Right. So I look at, oh my God, all the classes, all the guy.
Because you know how it's so huge. So Rutgers is an enormous campus, and the College of Engineering, it's like you need to take a bus to get to the different places.
Yeah.
And so you would, I would take a bus. I had one computer programming class, and you take a bus over to the College of Engineering, and you walk around, and there's no other women around.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's why I met my husband. Yeah.
So you met your husband there, and that's adorable.
Yeah, and he also works here now. Yeah.
So did you work at NUWC first, and then?
Yes, I did work at NUWC first, and he worked for Raytheon back then. And then when I applied for citizenship, and I just get a job here offer, and then I just say I would like to be working here,
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, I find something, opening position for him. I asked him to apply for it, and then he applied for it, and he also get, offer a job.
Is that when you moved up here?
Yes. Yeah. That's why we moved up to New London first. We both, he also been here for a long time, for 32 years or 33 years.
What department is he in?
He also in 1.5. In a 1.5. I don't know what.
So you're both in sensors and sonar systems department.
Yes.
Adorable.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Where do you live now? What's your life like now?
My life now is emptiness.
Stop! That's not true.
I live in Portsmouth. I have 2 grown-up children. I have a son. He will be 33 this month. And my daughter, she's 28 right now. Yeah.
And they're doing well.
They're doing well, thank God. Yes.
Yeah.
My son, he lives in Irvine, California, and my daughter, she lives in Tampa area in Florida. Yes. Yeah.
What are you going to retire anytime?
I think that's, if my children need my help, which is the way the culture we're having it. When your children get married and they have grandchildren, and then usually the mother just, okay, we'll take care of your
Time
kid
to roll
for
up your
you.
sleeves, Grandma.
And then, and then my children can be continue to do their career, because my mom did help me big time, so I don't have to send my kid, to daycare or, for that one.
All right, so I had asked you a question before we hit record. What is your favorite thing about your Vietnamese culture?
Favorite thing that, we all are friendly people.
Yes.
Talkative. You can see that. And we are kind of very help each other out and, big help each other out, for that I see. And then very strong family value, hold on to each other and help each other out. Yeah. And also for my own families, I believe that, my mom been training us to have a strong faith in God.
Have you ever been back to Vietnam?
Yes, I've been back to Vietnam twice. One time when, after I stay here for 25 years, and another time after I stay here for 35 years. Yeah, I'm back twice.
What was that like?
Oh, it changed a lot. It changed for better, I think. But I think it's in like any country. You can see it on the top of the surface, but you go deep down, you can see that kind of the rich still rich, the poor still poor, and a lot of children not be able to go to school, or the school teaching is not the same level as I went to school back in my time in the 1970. So the level of teaching kind of down, watered down. So it's not the same full, scale. So that's what I see, That is for education. And for the economy, you can see that, yes, much better than when I was there. Because people doing, now we kind of have, refrigerator, stove, flush toilet, but before that, no, and it's better. And that's what I see. And people still very friendly, very nice and welcome, people to coming back and visit. Yeah.
What do you like about NUWC?
I like NUWC is because most is, they do a lot of work for the Navy, and they are very helping out, to help us to promote our career for job, always having it, like if you want to go to school and learn further degree, go ahead. Which is a very hard, to get a degree, especially, education. Right now, these days, you have to pay for your own pocket. That's a lot, but you get help by NUWC. That's very nice. And the NUWC here, that's all the leaders that communicate with us very well and inform us what's going on, and which is I like, I grow up back in Vietnam. Most of the time that, you're a leader, you don't talk to a little guy, period, you're nobody, but here it's like, kind of like everybody, you're a top one, but you communicate to the, the people that, lower level. And also they are very, how to say it? I mean, for me, the experience, I don't know about different people, but my own, that, I can see that the NUWC right here is a very flexible tie to, I be able to raise my children and be able to keep, work, and very flexible, safe environment for me to work, that is, I see so far that very nice, and I really support, and I would like to work, until the day I die. I honestly, my bottom of my heart, keep me busy, and I can work.
You like your work? You like what you do?
Yes, I do like what I do, yes, so I don't mind to work at all, and I believe that you work to support the society, what I can do. If I just, can be able to work, I just keep working, and I don't mind to work at all. That my mom trained me, she worked, my brother right now still work, and we all working, yeah.
I think it's worth noting that you mentioned about, NUWC leadership. Ron Veen was the one, our technical director, was the one who contacted me and said, I know Kim's story. You have to get Kim to tell her story. So he was familiar with you and, what it took for you to get from Vietnam to NUWC, and he thought it was a story worth telling, and I have to agree.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
being on this podcast.
Thank
I
you
really
very
appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you, to let me to have a chance, to share, the Asian Pacific, Heritage Month, and gladly to share, Yeah.
Tangents.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Tangents. You can find all Tangents podcasts on the Tangents Wiki, and you can follow us on Fusion, #Tangents.